People often ask me, is it possible to get a VA Earl streamlined refi with bad credit? In this video, I want to explain a little bit about what the VA Earl is, what the VA Earl is not, and more importantly, if you can get a VA Earl refi with bad credit. So let's start out with what exactly is the VA Earl program? The VA Earl is a streamlined VA to VA refinance program. So this is not meant to get cash out for the property, and it's also not meant for if you're trying to convert an FHA or conventional loan to a VA loan. It's simply a VA to VA refi program where you're trying to get a lower interest rate and not change the balance at all. The great thing about the VA Earl is there's no appraisal and it's very limited underwriting. And that's because basically what we're looking at is, okay, if you can afford one payment, can you afford the new payment? Pretty simple. We're just getting a lower interest rate. Now, official VA guidance really just says that lenders can set their own standards. And what's really interesting is, in theory, lates are allowed, even mortgage lates. The VA, you can even have a loan that's 90 days late in theory and get the Earl on it. Now, that being said, in practice, you're going to need at least a year in them mortgage late. Certainly don't want to be late now. And in practice, it can be very, very difficult if you have anything late in the past year. There are lenders that might make an exception if it's a very limited situation, maybe unemployment or something like that, and things have significantly changed in the past year. But in practice, lenders really don't like seeing mortgage rates on that application. And here's where it gets really interesting. Many lenders will allow installment rates and collections and those kind of things on the VA Earl Streamline. In fact, typically they ask for what's called a mortgage-only credit report, which basically only shows the mortgage history and doesn't show any other history. And oftentimes, we can even hide the credit score. So if you have a low credit score, we can sometimes even hide that from the credit report. And some lenders are like, you know what, we'll just put everybody the same pricing and don't have to worry about it. And so, in short, the VA Earl Streamline is very flexible and it actually can help with someone with credit problems improve their finance. And that's actually the reason I made this video today is I have a borrower I recently worked with a 550 credit score. He had gone late on some collection accounts, on some installment loans, I should say. But his mortgage history is perfect. Even though his score went down, his mortgage history is perfect. And so we were able to save him $500 a month. I kid you not, $500 a month. And of course, he is super excited because now he's getting his finances back on track. So if you know anybody that needs help with that VA Earl, whether it's good credit or bad credit, I can certainly do good credit too. Feel free to give me a call. My number is 937-572-3713 or scopeher.com. Talk to you soon. Bye.